just a good old boy.
Sorry about my voice. I nearly lost it a few days ago. We was moving a herd of cattle and done a lot of yelling at the cows, and I lost it. Then once we got them home, we waited a day, thought I was getting over it, and then we worked them, and then I ended up losing my voice nearly. So I'm nearly kind of, at least y'all can hear me now. I'm not sick, so don't worry about that. Babies are doing good. If you was wondering about that, they're growing like little weeds. Still not a lot of sleep, but as far as me and mom, and it's been a little bit tough with two. There's no break for either one of us. It's constantly taking turns. She's at home now alone with them. I hate it, but I've got to work, make money, help pay insurance, and everything else we got coming with that. But we are started. I'm on my second field. The footage y'all are going to be watching is off of the first field that I mowed. I might get the drone back out here in a little bit. It started to rain and I had to put it up, so I didn't get quite as much drone footage as I wanted to. But if they'll clear off, I'll get the drone back out. But if not, there you go. It has been the wackiest spring for me. My whole off season was thrown off due to the twins and adding on to the house, and then I've been in a mad rush trying to get all the ground sprayed and getting all the equipment ready to go, which I'm still have got some more work to do on equipment, but we're close to having all it done, so hopefully I'll have it finished up this week. But I am cutting hay. It rained a ton yesterday. We had a system come through, good thunderstorm system, or last night it did, and I've got to go. I can't wait anymore. There's a window. Today there was a chance of cloudy overcast with a little bit of sprinkle showers here and there, which that's pretty well what it's done all day. We're about halfway through the day. It should start to clear off the next hour or so from what they've been saying, so hopefully it will. But I can't wait any longer. I've got acres and acres and acres of hay that has got to be made. I'm wanting to get this off. We're not going to be taking a mid-break. At least that's the plan right now. In July, normally we take the week of the 4th off. And we'll go somewhere on vacation or something. All of us will, or well, not all of us. Generally me and my dad and my mom and my family will go somewhere with my sister, and we'll all take off and go somewhere. Sometimes there are part of us will or whatnot, but there's always somebody here working at home. Well, you can't just leave, but they'll generally, at least one of the families will go somewhere. But the way it looks this year, we're all going to be at home. At least that's the plan as of right now. So we're not going to be taking a break, and I want to get as much ground on the ground, or hay on the ground, as I can right now, and get it cleaned off and coming back for a second cut. We've got a lot of orders to fill. I've got a ton of hay promised and sold that I have got to get baled. This hay I'm actually baling is probably just going to be cow hay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's good quality, but it's on ground that I typically bale for cow hay. What I mean by that is I don't like running a square baler or something across this ground, so it's all going to be rolled. I've got one piece I'm probably going to cut today that I can maybe square bale. So it looks like I might, if we could get lucky and dry it out. One reason why I'm not, we might square bale it, but the one reason why I'm not cutting any square bales right now is because of the weather. This spring has just been so abnormal for us. We can't really get anything done. It's just been rain, 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 and it's been colder than normal. Normally it'd be 10-15 degrees warmer on average right now for us, and it's not. It's been cool. The grass has grown incredibly a lot. I mean, I've got hay that is chest high, fescue, and then I've got the majority of it's at least waist deep. So we've got hay that's got to be cut quickly. I mean, we can't wait too much longer on it. And I'm trying to get as much done as I can, so that's why I'm pushing the issue right now. Normally I probably wouldn't be cutting hay and want to start out this way, but we've got to get over it to get it coming back for a second cut and hopefully get a good third out this year. So that's what we're up to. I'm cutting the ground that will drain well, so that way tomorrow when the sun comes out and if it's windy, it's going to be cool, but it's windy, it can dry out the ground. And at midday I'm going to come out and about 1 o'clock, and I'm going to start fluffing it all, or tedding it, and we're going to get it scattered out and get it to drying. I'm rolling it up to dry the ground out because it's wet. The hay is not going to dry any right now, and that's why you have these fins on the back. I've talked about that many times. This time of year I typically roll everything as tight as I can, so that way the ground can be exposed and it can dry out, because the ground in the spring holds a lot of moisture, and if you scatter it out and it's got moisture in the ground, you're not going to dry any hay. I don't care how well you do it. It will start to turn, and it'll actually get too brown too quick, and it'll still hold a lot of moisture, because at night, with the cooler temperatures, it'll suck that moisture back up out of the ground into the stalks of the hay, even though it's cut, and it'll get it back moist again and hold that moisture percentage high, and it will cause it to mold. So I've got to get the ground dried out first underneath. Later in the summer you don't have that problem because the ground's already generally dry, but there's not a lot of moisture there. So you can scatter it out and it will dry quicker that way because it's getting more sunlight exposed. But this time of year we've got to get this ground underneath dry first before I can start to dry the hay. And I know a lot of people are probably like, huh? Because a lot of people don't have a conditioner and they've always cut it with a disc mower, and you don't know. But that's one of the advantages to having a conditioner, is you can actually windrow the hay and pull it up into tighter rows to help expose the ground underneath to get it dry. So that's why I'm windrowing it. But it's just been a very hectic spring. A lot of crazy stuff going on in ag. Probably going to try to talk about later this week while we're doing this, and everything. And maybe I might do 1 or 2 of the videos with some music and some sounds of the tractors running only, and a little less talking. And I know a lot of people like that. I'm going to try to mix more of those in, kind of like I used to do back when I first started, and do a little more of that than I did last year, and try to do that. So, but I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in ag. The president just had to sign an order to make the meat packers go back to work, because we're going to have a food shortage crisis. Not now, but a few months from now. You're good for now. I mean, there's still so many cattle and everything out there in the feedlots, the process that it takes and the length of time, that we're still going to be good for a while. But 4 months, 3 to 4 months from now is where we're going to hit the food shortage, the way things is looking and what's been going on. Excellent time to do it old school. Find somebody who's got cattle you know, buy a cow off of them, a calf, let them take it to your local butchery shop that does that, have them process it, put it in your freezer, you'll have meat and not have to worry about it. And the best part about that is, you know it's American. It's hard to do it on a large scale to where I can make a full-time living doing that because of the way the laws and the books and the regulations are. But farmers and ranchers, it can help us out in this time when we're having a hard time. Do a little bit on the side to help make some extra money. Doing it full-time, everything that way, it's impossible anymore to do it that way and run a family farm with multiple people trying to make an income off of it. There's just too much regulations, laws, and on the books to be able to do any of that anymore. The way the government has it set up, it's set up to where it makes you do it the other way and have to go through the auctions, sell the cattle, they go to the feedlots, then the packers have them. You know, that's a whole process. Straight from the farm to the public anymore with the meat is very, very difficult. There's a lot of rules that go in once you get so big, after you start selling so many, that you have to follow a store. You have to have a store. You've got to have a proper holding facility. You've got to have all of this stuff, and it just goes on and on and on. To, if you were to want to do it to make a full-time living, to where you could afford to buy equipment, to bale hay, to produce what you need. So, but right now, on a limited basis to help you out, keep your food on the table, and to help me out get a better price than this crap that we have and have had for 2 or 3 years. This has nothing to do with the coronavirus. Everybody keeps saying, oh, it's coronavirus, coronavirus, coronavirus. Coronavirus has caused this. Bullshit. We've had this problem for a long time. The shortage of meat is due to coronavirus because the meat packing plants are well, for a while, I believe they were holding it back on purpose to drive the price up for them, which it isn't for us because there's so much foreign meat on the market that it's labeled product to USA. But as far as they go, I think that they were doing it for a while. Now their employees are striking or basically refusing to go to work because it's unsafe work area because there's so many of them getting the coronavirus. So they've got a real mess on their hands, and now the government has got an even bigger mess on their hand because they helped create this monster after we've tried to get rid of it. But I'm not getting in all that. I'm not getting in it. I'm staying away from it. Thank y'all for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this mess. And I hope y'all enjoyed the ride this year. It's the first hay video of 2020 with us cutting. We will be doing this all the way till probably the second week of November. That seems to be the trend the last few years. We've been mowing hay all the way into the second week of November with the weather trends and the way they've been. So we have got a long season to go. So hop on board, hit the subscribe button. It's free, doesn't cost a dime. It's all you got to do if you ain't got an account is put in your email, create a password, you're in. Doesn't cost anything to join and create a channel on Facebook. You have to create a channel to do it, but you don't have to post anything. It just makes it to where you can subscribe to people, which helps support me and our channel, and makes it to where it helps our standings with YouTube to help get out there to more people like you. It helps keep me wanting to do this because, like anybody, I like to be motivated when I'm doing something rather than unmotivated. And I like to see whatever I'm doing going in the right direction. So it's been a wacky 6 months for me. I know I've been off, but we're in hay. We're about to start seeing videos like we used to see them again, just because I've got a lot of content coming up that I can pump out, and I'm riding around the tractor all day, so I might as well make a video. So thank y'all for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.